Hello, my darlings. Welcome back to Live Tarot and to a new Pick a Card reading. Today, we are going to get you some clarity if you have had little to no contact with your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved. You may be in some form of struggle or separation, and you would like to know what is going on in the energies between you. How are they feeling? How are they thinking? We're going to get into all of it. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button and join this incredible global community of such beautiful souls. We are all here to uplift each other. We are all here to step into our own greatness and lead our best life, not just in love, but in abundance, career, success, everything that we so absolutely and richly deserve. The other thing that I think is so beautiful is that when you do subscribe, it is a beautiful energy exchange between the two of us, because you know these are general readings, right? They may not resonate for you in every way, but when we connect that way energetically, I feel like it's very powerful, and it does help me to give better and better general readings. And the more you guys subscribe, like, and share, and really help to build this community with me in love, and you do your part by subscribing, because I know that many of you are longtime viewers, but you just have not subscribed. So that's why I'm saying, if you can just do your part, it would mean so much to me. It would inspire me to continue to do all of these readings for you, and it continues to fuel my passion and purpose for being here for you. So thank you all. Before I get into your card choices, I also want to let you know that the Blessed Twin Flame necklace is back in stock. So everybody who was on the wait list, you already received your email. And what this is that it's a very special manifestation necklace. So when you order this, and the link is in my Etsy shop, as well as the link to all of the other oracle decks that I've created for you. And what's so exciting is that now we do have international shipping for everything. So if you live internationally, do not worry, we've got you. So what this is when you order this necklace, what I do is I pick the right necklace for you, because each one has a different design within the heart. Okay, so each one is unique inside the heart. I pick the one that I feel intuitively guided for you. I place it in my sacred altar. This is where I have meditated and prayed for all of you for a very long time. And what I do is I do special blessings from Spirit and infuse this pendant with love and blessings from Spirit. And then I choose a very specific twin flame union activation manifestation card from this deck, especially for you. So whether it's you and your twin flame and you already know them, or your soulmate and you already know them, or you want to attract love into your life, either way, I choose a special affirmation for you, and I write everything for you in this card and send it to you with the necklace, so that you can really feel the blessings, feel the high vibe in this necklace, and it will help you to stay in a beautiful high vibe energy and attract, you know, the love that you really want. So as I said, if you'd like to order that or any of the oracle decks, and there are so many that I've created for you, all of the links are in the box below, and they're all in my Etsy shop with international shipping. You can also have a personal reading with me to get specific and unique guidance, and the link to that is also in the box below, and that would be on my website. So thank you all, and let's get right into your card choices. So group number 1, we have Here and Now. So if you'd like to close your eyes, take a deep breath, meditate, see which of these you feel most intuitively guided to. You can pick 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can pick them all and just take the messages that resonate for you and leave the rest. So for our group 2, we have Happy, Happy. For our group 3, we have Higher Power. And for our group 4, we have milk and honey. All right, go ahead and make your selection, and we'll start with here and now. Okay, my beautiful group 1 who chose here and now. Let's take a look at what is going on with you and your person if you have been in little to no contact. Okay, how are they feeling? So, Spirit, for our beautiful group 1, can you please tell us, how does your person feel? Wow. How is your person feeling about you and this connection at this time during little to no contact? I'll show you these cards as soon as I pull 4 of them. Group 1, Spirit, please tell us for group 1. Wow, okay. Oh, really big energy coming through here, group 1. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, there's definitely been a separation here. And, you know, as I always say, actually, you know, separation doesn't necessarily mean just physical separation, as in you may or may not be talking. Sometimes you are within a relationship and you still feel separated because the separation is emotional, right? There's a distance there. There's a lack of communication there. There's a lack of authentic heart space being open there so that you can be vulnerable with each other. So, you know, separation can mean many things. It doesn't have to be just this kind of like physical separation, like we're not talking, we're not near each other, right? There's many forms of it. So, wow, group 1, there is some major energy coming through. We have death and justice. Okay, and we have 3 of Swords and 8 of Cups. Wow. All right, so your person is really struggling right now. Okay, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of obsessive thinking about you. Okay, they are thinking about you over and over again. I feel that they're going through, you know, that time period where you go over the events of the relationship in your mind again and again and again. And you kick yourself, you regret the things you said, you regret the way it played out. There's all of this kind of very repetitive energy coming through from your person. So I feel like this is something that right now is almost kind of like driving them a little crazy because they are reenacting in their mind over and over again the conversations, you know, what you said, what they said. There's definitely been, I feel like they feel that they're going through a death, you know, like this separation, whether it's emotional or physical or both, feels like a death to them. Okay. It feels like a horrific ending. And I feel like they don't know right now what to do with themselves. They're literally in the processing mode. Like they're in the kind of eternally processing. And they're kind of in an energy of like, they feel like they should be able to turn their back on you. I feel like there's a bit of an egoic energy that's also very highly emotional. You know, when you're very emotional and you're not thinking logically and there's a lot of hurt or pain, I feel like your person has felt that their pride was hurt, their ego was hurt, their heart was hurt. But I feel like they're having a hard time differentiating between, well, what part of them is truly hurt? Is it hurt pride and ego? Or is it truly like this deep heart space hurt? I do feel that it's a combination of both, but they themselves are having a hard time differentiating. You know, it's almost like they're, on the one hand, they feel that you were unfair to them or this situation was unfair to them in some way. But at the same time, they also realize that they were unfair to you as well. But I feel like they're having a hard time admitting to that part. So this is why we're getting this big justice energy. I feel like your person knows that they need to admit that this was a two-way street. Okay, so they may have told you in the past, or before you went into separation, they may have made you feel like you were being unfair to them, that you were the one who was judging them, or you were the one who was being critical, and they were kind of like the innocent person in all this. But deep down, they know that they're not. I mean, they know that, you know, it takes two hands to clap. They know that they themselves were also unfair. I feel like they're having a hard time admitting it to themselves, but they know that they're going to have to if they want something to change here. Because see, I feel very strongly that they're coming to the realization that if they don't take responsibility for their part of this, that you will put them behind you. Eight of Cups. This is their deep, deep fear. Okay, this is their deep fear that you are going to turn your back on them. Eight of Cups. They're afraid that I feel like for some of you, there's a special message here. It may not resonate for everybody, but I feel like for some of you, they're afraid that you've already moved on. This Eight of Cups, I don't know. I feel like even if you haven't moved on, they have, for some of you, I feel like they have some perception of you as moved on, or as you would not welcome them back into your life. Okay, so again, take it as it resonates, but I feel like, I don't know, is it your social media? Is it something that they've heard from your friends? I feel like for some of you, your person has gotten some sort of information that may be right or wrong, or maybe they are interpreting it or misinterpreting it, but they've gotten some sort of information that you have moved on, or you're seeing somebody else, or you're interested in somebody else, or that you're just not interested in them. Okay, so there might be, for some of you, again, some sort of a misunderstanding or a misinformation that is also putting your person in a very dark place with this Three of Swords. Okay, so like I said, take that as it resonates. It might not be for everybody, but if there's something in your social media, or there's some sort of information going around, like, you know, from your friends or from your family or from mutual people that you know, there may be something here that your person has misinterpreted, or they've been misinformed. Okay, so you may be waiting for them to reach out, you may be wanting them to reach out, but they're like, oh, well, you've moved on. I heard from so-and-so, or I saw on your social media or something that you have moved on. So why would I come back? Like, I don't think you would want me. So for some of you, there's something like that going on. But even if that's not the case, I still feel that your person is wanting some sort of a transformation here. Like, they know that what your relationship has looked like in the past before the separation, if they want you back, or they want to heal or reconcile this, they know that it can't go back to the way it was before. Okay, so they are now realizing that there were definitely things that were not fair both ways, but that if they are to talk to you, if they are to come out of, if they've been in silence or you've been in silence, if they are to come out of that, they're starting to realize that they must come to you with something new, as in it can't just be the same old, because then why would you want to go back to that, right? What is going to change? I feel like the question here is really about, vision. I feel like what's stressing them right now is having that vision, as in what is going to change. So, this is so interesting. Look at this, see? Be real. See, it's like, I feel like there is something here where there was some BS, okay? Your person was kind of like BSing some stuff here. Not that they were lying about anything, but as in like they weren't getting real about getting to the heart of what the problem is, okay? They were trying to tiptoe around it. They were trying to not directly address the issues between the two of you because of their own lack of confidence about it, their own ego, their own pride. It's like there was a bit of BS flying around in terms of them dilly-dallying, and in terms of them kind of tiptoeing around the issues, not getting real, not getting raw, right? And so I feel like they understand now that if they are to come to you and say, I miss you. I want to be with you. I'm totally heartbroken, Three of Swords, without you. Like, I can't, I don't want to do this anymore. They realize that that's not going to be enough. Okay. They realize that they're going to have to come to you with some sort of an answer, some sort of a vision of, okay, if we work this out, how is it going to be different this time? Because I feel like they understand, and you understand, that you cannot fall back into the same pattern that you were in before, because that leads you down a dark place. It's not leading you anywhere. So I feel like there's some sort of a lack of vision here, or has been a lack of vision, as in there hasn't been clarity on what each of you want from the relationship, where you want the relationship to go. What are you willing to compromise on? What are you not willing to compromise on? So I feel like for the two of you to work this out, to bring peace, harmony, love, connection back to this relationship, I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to have a shared vision. Okay, if the conversation opens up again, you both need to get real. Get real, get clear, and get really blunt about your emotional needs. Okay, how has this person not met your emotional needs in the past? How have you not met their emotional needs in the past? Where are the gaps there? And because it's time to fill them. And until you fill those gaps, you're not going to have the peace and harmony that you want from this connection. So it's all about vision. And I feel like Spirit is saying that when you come together and discuss that vision, get vulnerable with each other, give each other justice, as in be fair to each other, right? Because it's not just one-sided. Be fair to one another. When you do that, what's going to happen is your stress is going to diminish. Okay, the stress between the two of you is going to come down. And that is going to be really good for the two of you. Okay, that is going to bring about the transformation that's on the other side of this Death card. And I feel like right now you guys have had a lot of stress in this connection. You felt very stressed, very heartbroken. You felt very, very, sad and depressed without one another. I feel like your person is very sad and depressed without you. They don't want this Eight of Cups. They don't want to be forced to walk away from this. But I feel like the stress that you're feeling is coming from that inability, or this, incapable, like being incapable of really getting real and having that vision. Okay, so I feel like as you guys do that, you're gonna find that stress level reduces. You're gonna find that having this vision and being a bit more blunt. Actually, sometimes, it's funny because I feel like sometimes people are afraid of being blunt or being clear about their needs and what they want and expect from a relationship in order to keep the peace. They think they're keeping the peace, right? You might have thought that you were keeping the peace by not saying anything, but actually it's the opposite. Because when we try to diminish our needs by keeping in order to keep the peace, we just build resentment. We become silently resentful. And then before you know it, we're leading lives of quiet desperation, as my favorite author, Henry David Thoreau, said. Most men, or was it Henry David Thoreau, or was it Emerson? It might have been Emerson, not sure. I love both of them. But one of them said, most men, and they mean, most men and women, most human beings, lead lives of quiet desperation. And that's the energy I'm getting from this, is that in order to keep the peace here, you or both of you may have kind of become quiet, withdrawn about your needs, not opening up to what they really are. And that's what builds resentment over time. And I'm feeling that resentment from this Eight of Cups. So it's time, I feel like that resentment also builds stress, right? So in order to get rid of that, there's a lot of resentment energy coming from this Eight of Cups as well. Like, okay, I'm feeling very resentful. You're feeling really resentful. Should we turn our backs on to each other, right? So there's a need here to dispel. See, you're getting the Vision card again. Wow. All right. This is interesting. Okay. So this is what they would say to you from their higher self. No matter what ups and downs we have, it's always been you. You are my one true love. See, we saw this already. See, there's been a lot of ups and downs here for sure. But they keep coming back to you. You are their one true love. I have toxic people and situations in life that keep me from being with you. I'm too weak to fight it. So for some of you, take this as it resonates. For some of you, this may be one of the reasons why you felt this injustice. You may have been feeling that they're putting you second. They have other people, toxic people in their life that is like taking their attention away from you in this relationship. You feel that it's unfair. It's interesting that this also, like if you look at placement, right? This toxic people or other situations or other third parties are, obstructing the sense of justice in this relationship, the sense of fairness and balance in this relationship. So I feel like with this big goals, again, we are getting vision. Okay. We're getting vision that it's time for you to have a big goal, a big vision for your relationship. It's time for you guys to work out what is the greater vision for how you wish to be together in a way that is not resentful, that is not quiet, but actually expresses your needs. Okay. And I feel like for some of you, some of the stress or some of the issues are also coming from, again, some sort of money, material world, career. For some of you, it's geographical distance. I feel like this material world is very much like Pentacles energy. It really revolves around real world problems that are very like real, like, right? Like having to do with, like either there's a third party situation, either there's a career problem, a money problem, a distance problem, you live in different places kind of problem. There's issues of practicality that may also need to be worked out between the two of you. So let's get you some guidance on timing here. When could this start to get better? Whoa, Tuesday, beautiful. So think about that. Think about, this is pretty soon. So you may feel some sort of energy shift, or you may have a message coming in, or you may have an opening of a dialogue between the two of you on a Tuesday. All right, so let me know what you thought of this reading in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order the Twin Flame Blessed necklace or the Oracle decks, all of them are in my Etsy shop. If you'd like to have a personal reading, it's also on my website. All the links are in the box below. Thank you. Please, please do subscribe, like, and share. It really, really helps the channel and means so much to me, especially if you're a longtime viewer, but you've never subscribed. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Love you so much. See you all on the next one. All right, my beautiful group 2 that chose happy, happy. Let's take a look at what is going on with this little to no contact between you and your person. How are they feeling during this time? So Spirit, for our beautiful group 2 here, can you please tell us, how is your person feeling during this separation or little to no contact? Five of Swords. Three of Cups. Okay, I'm going to show you each of these as I pull all 4. The Moon. Nine of Wands, and this Page of Swords flew out, so we will take it. And now you guys get 5 cards. 5 cards. So we have the 5 of Swords. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Moon. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the 9 of Wands. All right, so I'm getting that your person very much wants to communicate with you, but they're holding back at this time. Now, as I always say, separation doesn't necessarily have to be just physical separation. Sometimes we are in a relationship, but we are emotionally at a distance from each other, right? Like we're still together, but we just don't talk, or we just don't connect, or we feel like we have this strain between us. There are things that should be said that are being left unsaid. or people are holding back, Page of Swords, holding back their words. It's almost like I'm getting the energy of like that idea of biting your tongue. You know, like it's like biting your tongue so you don't speak because you don't want to start something again. There is definitely a lot of wounding that has happened here. So I do feel that your person right now has stepped back or is kind of holding their tongue or biting their tongue, not actually communicating right now, because I feel like there was communication that happened that may have been very, very hurtful. Okay, there may have been an argument, a discussion, a disagreement. Something has gone on here that may have started out, I'm getting the energy that it started out as a simple discussion, but it escalated into a big, big blowout or big, big argument. I don't think either of you wanted it to be this way. I don't think either of you were intending to have a big argument or a big blow up, but I feel like there have been certain things in this relationship that have been building up over time. Okay, certain things that needed to come out into the open. And I think that since you both may have been holding your tongue or, you know, biting your tongue or like not talking about it, it may have built up slowly inside of you, right? And then as it does that, I feel like this Five of Swords is also the energy of, you know, I feel resentful. I feel like, you know, there's certain, you know, stuff that's gone down that I don't like. And now when it comes out, I want to be the victor, as in I want to be the one who wins this argument. I want to be the one who wins this fight at any cost because I know I'm right. I've been feeling so wrong all this time. I feel like you wronged me. I feel like you misunderstood me or you put me down or you just, you know, whatever, criticize me, judge me, all the things that go on in relationships, right? I feel like because this was kept so much on the, like, you know, underneath the surface, that when it came out, when the confrontation happened between the two of you, it became very much that power struggle. It became very much like, okay, it's my turn, you know, it's my turn now to like go at it. Like, you know, I've been holding this back for so long. You know, I feel like there's a lot of this I've held back for so long, but when it came out as like a hurricane, you know, like a real big storm. And so now you've gone into your corners and now there is communication that is being withheld from one another. Why? Because you guys are very, very wounded and defensive at this time with this Nine of Wands, okay? Your person is feeling very, very wounded. So I feel like you wounded each other. You know, they may have said things that were not right. You may have said things that are not right. I feel like people are feeling very, very wounded, hurt, lost, heartbroken, sad, and anxious right now. And I feel like there was a time period here that it was necessary to be quiet so that people's tempers, people's, you know, reactions could go down, that they could diminish. You know, it's kind of like I'm getting, the spirit is giving me the image of like, you know, when a big storm comes and like the street is flooded or places are flooded, and then you kind of have to wait for the water level to decrease before you can use the road or before you can go there, right? Like you have to just wait for nature to bring the water level down. And I feel like that's what's going on here, is that both of you have gone to your separate kind of spaces and you're waiting for that, you know, level of intensity to go down. But as you are doing that, as you're giving yourself a break, as you're giving yourself some space, I mean, it really feels like there's just a lot of emotional wounds that are right now kind of really raw, okay? I don't feel that they feel that the healing process has started yet. But I do feel that they are wanting a healing process, right? I feel like there's two energies coming from this Three of Cups, so take it as it resonates. For some of you, I feel like your person, what they're really missing is the beautiful times that you shared, okay? Three of Cups is, well, for some of you, it is a third party situation, but for others of you, that's why I'm feeling it can also be very much this idea of wanting to have fun again. Like the things, like in this situation, things have gone so wrong that you kind of have stopped having fun with each other. And maybe that's what led up to the big separation or the big argument in the first place. You may have stopped having fun together. Maybe the disagreements were becoming more than the actual fun or the pleasure or the love or the connection. And so I feel like your person is very much reminiscing about the good times that you shared when things were really good between the two of you, when you were really happy, when you spent time talking, connecting, being together, laughing together. For some of you, I also feel like your person misses the times that where you were, times that you did spend with friends or people that you love, like family around. Like there was a lot of good times and deep, fun, happy connection that your person is now sad and missing right now with this Nine of Wands. I just feel like they're very, very sad because they're missing out on all the fun and romance and connection that you used to have. Now, for others of you, I feel like this Three of Cups and this whole idea of what is going on here, this sense of, something that has come to head, some sort of an argument, some sort of wounding, and some sort of like let's back off, has come from some sort of a third party situation. So that's the other energy that I get from this. So again, take it as it resonates, that there is some sort of a third party that has created a lot of obstacles for the two of you. Now, that third party doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be any other person or situation that is toxic, that is taking your person's attention away from you and this connection. But either way, I feel that your person really does want to come back to the joy that you once shared together. However, they're not quite sure how to do that. Okay, with this moon's energy, I feel like there's certain kind of veils of confusion that your person is going through at this time. They're lacking clarity as to what the answer should be. They're lacking clarity on the path ahead. They're lacking clarity on how to get over this Nine of Wands energy, right? Like how to get this back, this sense of well-being, this sense of connection, this sense of fun that they used to have with you. So there's a lot of this kind of dark night of the soul energy that is coming from your person. And they are looking to find the path, okay? Isn't this interesting? Look at this. Yeah. Okay. So there is definitely fear. Okay. I feel like part of this moon's energy here is also the fear that they feel about losing you permanently. The fear that I feel like whatever this Five of Swords moment was between the two of you, it has brought up a lot of fear for your person. And because it brought up a lot of fear, they are now hiding behind these Nine Wands, right? Like they're trying to protect themselves. They're trying to almost hide their very vulnerable emotions behind this Nine of Wands. And so I feel like what Spirit is saying here is that there is a very, very deep, deep attraction between the two of you. Okay, so the connection between you is still very profound. It is very deep. It is very beautiful. It is still there in the foundation, but right now people aren't seeing it so clearly because of all of these heavier energies and because of the fact that it's more energetic, it's more vibrational right now. It's more in that at that soul level rather than something that is an active part of your lives, at least for the time being. Okay, for the time being, this attraction, this magnetic pull that you have towards each other is there underneath all of the other issues. But like I said, right now in your 3D world, there's a lot of heavier energies that are obstructing that, and that is why I feel like your person really does want to, and I feel like Spirit is calling upon both of you to dissolve those fears. Okay, there are fears here that are associated with that Five of Swords. Nine of Wands, very, very obvious that fear is associated with it, right? Like when we are hiding behind those 9 wands, when we are acting wounded, when we are acting sullen and anxious and depressed, we are definitely letting our fears and our demons get to us. I feel like your person is playing some more negative scenarios in their mind, right? Like right now, I don't know why they're coming through in a very kind of a negative mentality, as in like they're not able, because again, of this moon's energy, they're not able to see the positive ways in which this can be worked out if they could just take responsibility. If both of you actually took responsibility for whatever happened here that led to that 5 of Swords moment, right? So I feel like Spirit is saying, well, if you want to dissolve your fear, if you want to get out from behind that 9 of Wands, you have to start taking responsibility, right? And when you say, yeah, I take responsibility for my shit, you actually feel much lighter. You know, you feel like, yeah, that was scary, but now I can see the other side. But the more you deny taking responsibility, and I say you as in not you, but as the more that one denies taking responsibility, whether it's you, them, or both of you, the more you deny it, the more you try to go around it, the more you try to act like, you have all this pride. It's not you, it's them, right? This is also this energy. I always say that with the 5 of Swords, it's you, not me energy. You know, like some people say, oh, this relationship isn't going to work out anymore because, it's me. It's not you. It's all me. This to me is a card of, no, it's you. It's the opposite, right? See, no, it's you, not me. Like, I'm right. You're the one who screwed this up. That's what this energy is all about. So that's why I feel like it's time to take responsibility for your own part. And they need to do that. And so do you. I mean, both of you as a couple. And when you stand up and do that, that's when the fear will go away and you'll go back to that deep attraction, that deep connection that you have. But there is some sort of a divine timing to this, right? And it's funny that we got this card because we're going to end this reading with getting you a time frame, like, time guidance. So let's take a look at some specific messages. Yeah, see, let's get one more. Yeah, so that's the thing. So see, this is our same 5 of Swords, same card, same energy as this 5 of Swords. So this is something that is definitely an issue here in this connection. But look at this. I feel like, and see, this is what I'm saying. This is so beautiful. Your person is awakening. And to me, this awakening is what this sense of responsibility is all about. When you take responsibility, when you stop pointing fingers like this 5 of Swords, when you take responsibility and say, I step up and claim my part of this, that is when you awaken. That is when Spirit smiles down upon you and supports you, because now you are not BSing yourself or anybody else. You are willing to take the heat, right? You're willing to step up, and the universe always supports you when you're willing to step up, right? And that's what true awakening is all about. So I love the fact that we got this together, because I feel like that is where this ego issue is going. It's being dissolved through this awakening. And what it's gonna lead to is this fertility, which is this beautiful rebirth, regrowth of this relationship. Because look at these beautiful messages from your person's higher self. You're gorgeous both inside and out. Being around you brings peace and light to my life. You're the one for me. We're twin souls, and that's what scares me the most. I'm seeing it all clearly now. So again, see, we're getting a little bit of that fear of this incredible connection, but it's okay. The awakening is coming. It's coming to fruition. But it's interesting how we got this energy kind of coming through twice. But I do feel that it is on its way, right? With this beautiful fertility card. So let's get you some general timing as a guideline for you, okay, as to when there may be a shift in this energy here, but just take it as a general guideline. It's not too late this situation can change. See, that's why I'm saying, I do believe that with this beautiful awakening and fertility as your outcome, the situation is changing. Okay, so let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to order any of the oracle decks, the Blessed Twin Flame necklace, or have a personal reading with me, all of the links are in the box below. And for those of you who have not subscribed yet, please do your part. It really means a lot to me, especially if you've been a long time watcher, viewer of my channel, but just have never subscribed. I would really appreciate it if you would help our community grow. So thank you for that. Please do like this video. That also helps. And thank you for being here. And I love you all. See you all in the next one. Okay, my beautiful group 3 that chose higher power, here is your reading. Let's take a look at what is going on with your person, because you have little to no contact. Okay, you may be in separation or struggle, or you may be together, but you feel some sort of an emotional distance where you almost feel like you're separated, right? So for our beautiful group 3 spirit, can you please tell us, how is your person feeling through this time of little to no contact? How is your person feeling? Seven of Swords. So I'm going to pull 4 cards and then I will show them to you. 10 of Swords. Wow. The Emperor. Nine of Cups. Wow. All right. So your person has definitely been lying to themselves about things, okay? For some of you, I feel like they were also dishonest with you about certain things. So we're getting 7 of Swords with the 10 of Swords. So whatever this is, I feel like there was some information that came to light here. Something came out that has caused some sort of, like I said, a struggle, a separation, something here where your person was kind of caught. I'm getting the term caught in the act. And when I say caught in the act, I don't necessarily mean that they were cheating on you, although I feel like for some of you that is the case. Okay, I can't deny it. I mean, when we get this 9 of Cups, Emperor, like this Emperor with the 9 of Cups, to me, this is also the energy of somebody who is putting their desires above what is good for the relationship. Okay, so I normally never say this in a reading unless it's really heavy, unless it's really like it's really strongly there. But I just want to give everybody a trigger warning, because I feel like your person, they have not been honest about certain things. Okay, for some, and again, take it as it resonates. For some of you, it is definitely they haven't been honest about other people in their life. Either they are cheating, they are out, you know, they were kind of out for their own desires. This is somebody who puts their own kind of, you know, their sometimes puts their own happiness above the happiness of others, in the sense that, you know, not to the point, like we should all take care of ourselves, but to the point of like being sneaky or dishonest within a relationship. So that's for some of you. And I feel like for some of you, this is why this has happened. Either there was a third party situation. I feel like for some of you, you may have found out that this person is with somebody else. For others of you, I feel like you found out that this person, that you are the third party, as in they were already with somebody else. And then you found out that, and you thought you were with them, but they were with somebody else. Okay, so I'm getting multiple messages here. So there's one situation I'm getting, which is that you thought you were with them, but they had somebody else, and now that came to light. Okay, and now it's like it's been a very shocking, very painful time. For others of you, you are with them, but they cheated on you with somebody else, or they did something. something came through. For some of you, I feel like it's an ex. Okay, so again, take it as it resonates. This is a general reading, and please be warned, trigger warning. For some of you, it was an ex who came back into their life, or an ex that has always been lurking around, like they never completely left. They're kind of still there. And it's interesting because I feel like for some of you, again, I'm getting a very strong ex feeling. So for some of you, I feel like it's even that the ex is more there in energetic form. Like there's like a karmic or an ex or somebody who's energetically still there that your person also hasn't fully let go of. Okay, so there's something here about your person not being honest with you, but they're also not being honest with themselves. Okay, so if there is some sort of a third party, whether that person is around physically and involved, or they are kind of like a memory, an energy or something, but there's something that your person is still holding on to. Okay, for many of you, I feel like your person has not gotten over their ex. So they may have rushed into this relationship with you a little too quickly before they were fully healed or before they fully let go of their ex. And so right now, that information, that knowledge has come to light, okay? And that is why they are feeling really, really, and so I feel like so are you, Ten of Swords. Like there's just a lot of pain and suffering that has gone on around this. That's why I'm saying I feel like be careful. There is a bit of a trigger warning here because there's just a lot of mental, emotional pain that both of you are going through right now because of that Seven of Swords. There's something here, somebody here was dishonest with themselves, with you. They may have done certain things, or they may just be in a different place where it's kind of like they kept telling you that they want to be with you, they love you, but they couldn't forget the other person. Or they had some desire to still be with the other person. Like there was like some sort of unfinished business with the other person. So I feel like this is why your person has been in this Emperor's energy. Okay, it's like, I feel like they've been playing their cards very close to the vest. I feel like a lot of sometimes the more negative sides of the Emperor's energy is that they're very ruthless in protecting their own interests, right? So I feel like for those of you who were cheated on or betrayed or backstabbed, or even to the point where like they just are thinking about somebody else, but they're not telling you that, right? Like they're not over somebody else. I feel like this person was very strategic in doing that. It's almost like they kind of had their foot in like elsewhere and with you, right? Like, so they were trying to see which one would work out, or they were, just wanting things to move forward with you, even though they had unfinished business elsewhere. But I feel like that's part of who they are, in the sense that like they want to be with you, right? Like, so they didn't want you to get away, or they didn't want you to go away. They didn't want to lose you, even though they weren't quite ready yet to have you, or they had you and they were very self-sabotaging, right? Again, the darker side of Nine of Cups is, are you really doing things that are to your best interest in a good way, like to the greater good of all, right? Like, are you, because like the good side of Nine of Cups is about self-care, right? Like taking care of yourself, being happy, being peaceful, being whole, not needing somebody else, but wanting to share your life with somebody else, and coming from a place of satisfaction, contentment, knowing that you're, doing things in a positive way for yourself and for your partner. But the kind of the darker side of the Nine of Cups is we don't want to take it to the point of being selfish, right? Where it's only about us. It's only about our pleasure, what we want. We're not sensitive to the needs of our partner. And that's why I feel like there is a heavier energy here, that this person may have been too focused on wanting to have their cake and eat it too, as in not being able to let go of another person, but not wanting to let you go either. Okay, whether that person is real or whether they are a memory, right? I feel like either way, their energy is still there. Okay, their energy is still there. So they could be real, or they could be somebody from the past. See, self-love. Look at that. So, and look at this. So again, I feel like this reading is very, very powerful when it comes to the idea of ethics, morality, and having integrity. Okay? So again, trigger warning. I want to tell you, I feel like Spirit is saying this person has issues that they need to work out. Okay? If they are not being fair to you, if they are cheating on you, or even if they're not actively cheating or have cheated, but they have somebody else in their heart, in their mind, they're pining for a memory, they're pining for an ex, they haven't gotten over somebody they once loved. It's not fair to you. They're not in integrity. Right? So then you have to decide, do you want to be with somebody now, or if there's a separation, or do you want to reconcile or have a reunion with somebody who is out of integrity? Right? They are not, they are not right now in this current phase of life that they're in. They're not really thinking about your feelings as much. They're thinking about their own. They're trying to be in control of their situation, and they're a little bit out for themselves. Okay. I don't want to sugarcoat. I don't believe in sugarcoating readings. I want what's best for you. So if Spirit is telling me, beware, flashing red signs, beware of this person, I have to tell you that because I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to have your heart broken more than it could already be broken here. But I do feel that Spirit is saying that right now, it's probably best to focus on your own self-love, your own healing, and your own creativity. If this is going on and there's a separation here, let this person go for now, because they are not in a place right now to give you what you want. As in, they're not right now in the place to honor you, respect you, love you the way you deserve to be loved, right? They need to work out what their issues are, with other people or other things, other third parties or situations in their life, okay? So I feel like Spirit is really focusing in on you, okay? What can you create for yourself? How can you love yourself? How can you practice more self-love, but in the healthy way that we were talking about when it comes to Nine of Cups? And I feel like if your person had done the same, they wouldn't have ventured into the territory of the Seven of Swords, right? But now they have. But you know what? Every Seven of Swords action has a consequence. Okay, you don't get away with the Seven of Swords. There is karma attached to this kind of behavior. You will pay the piper eventually, one way or the other. And I feel like your person already has. They're in this Ten of Swords energy, right? So they are feeling the consequences of this Seven of Swords. It's not like they're getting off scot-free. They thought they could. They thought there was a sense of like, look at me, I'm powerful, right? Like, I know what I'm doing. I can get away with, whatever it is that they wanted to get away with, but they're not. They're not. And it's interesting because Spirit is showing them, the universe is showing them a little bit of humility at this time, right? Showing them that, look, you thought you were going to be this, but you're actually now this. Okay? So this is interesting. So this is why Spirit is saying your person for now is out of integrity. Okay, they're outside of integrity. They need to find their integrity again. And you need to practice true self-love. Step into the beautiful aspects, the positive aspects of that Nine of Cups. Create what you want for your life and embrace the flow of life. Because see, we can't change people. When people are in this energy, these energies, we can't change them. And it's not our responsibility to do so. So if you've been feeling like maybe you did something wrong, maybe you didn't love them enough, maybe you weren't good enough to them, maybe you let them down in some way and that's why they cheated or that's why they were dishonest, I feel like Spirit wants you to absolutely stop that kind of thinking. It is not your fault. If your person was in the Seven of Swords energy and behavior, it's not your fault. It's not that you did anything wrong. You can't take responsibility for their behavior, okay? You can't say, well, I wasn't enough and that's why they went to somebody else, or I wasn't enough and that's why they went back to their ex. or I wasn't enough, and that's why they're still longing for their ex. No, it has nothing to do with you. You are enough. You are exactly enough, and you need to practice self-love. And it is not your job to change this person or their behavior. It is their responsibility to change their behavior and fix the problems with who they are. Okay, look at that. I'm in a superficial relationship with someone else because I'm not ready for real love with you. There you have it. See? See? So for some of you, this is the thing, right? There was some sort of infidelity or cheating, or they left you for some random other person. This is why. Okay? Isn't this interesting that it came right there under the Seven of Swords? Again, I feel like that Spirit saying that you can't take responsibility. This is not your fault. You didn't do anything to make them this way, right? It's too scary to admit that I'm in love with you. I've never felt love this deeply before. Do you feel the same way? It's my secret. I want you so badly, but I'm not free to be with you. I'm loving you from a distance. So again, this is another third party. Something is going on here, right? And look, they are not ready for this deep love, this deep commitment, right? There's just, I feel like there's some excuses that are going on here, right? There's excuses, there's complications that are unnecessary, see? So I feel like Spirit is saying you are on a sacred journey here, okay? And that sacred journey is of self-love and creating the life you want and not taking responsibility for somebody else's bullshit. And if you can find it in your heart to forgive that person, it doesn't mean that you are going to accept them back into your life. It doesn't mean that you're going to excuse their behavior. But right now, I feel like Spirit is saying if you're going through a lot of pain, if you yourself, are going through this Ten of Swords, feeling like you hit rock bottom because this person did you wrong, they were like unfaithful to you, they betrayed you, they stabbed you in the back. If you can find it in your heart to forgive, that is also going to be part of your self-love. But forgive doesn't mean that you forget. It doesn't mean that you don't have healthy boundaries. And forgiving certainly doesn't mean that you let this person back into your life if that's not what you want. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is saying, find peace and tranquility within you. If you're in a place of anger and resentment, it's totally natural, but try to come to whatever feels right to you in terms of forgiveness on your own timing. There's no rush. But if you can forgive and let go and release all of this, you will be much, much better off. Okay? So let's get you some just general timing on, when this energy is going to shift and bring you back into a much better place. Okay? If you've been suffering or you've been heartbroken. See, 1 month. This is really good. So really focus in on this month. On yourself, on your self-love, on your self-care, on your beautiful sacred journey, because there is somebody else out there for you if that is what you want. You don't have to accept this kind of behavior if that's what you have been through, okay? So let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to order any of the oracle decks that I've created, or the Blessed Twin Flame necklace, or have a personal reading with me, all of the links are in the box below. And please make sure that you do subscribe, especially if you've been a long-time viewer but have never subscribed. I would really appreciate it if you could support the channel and help us to grow this community. Also, please do give this video a like, because that also helps us. Thank you so much for being here. Love you all. See you on the next one. My beautiful group 4 that chose Milk and Honey, here is your reading. Let's take a look at what your person is feeling about you and this connection. If you have a separation or struggle with little to no contact. We have the Knight of Wheels or Pentacles. What is Group 4's person feeling during this little to no contact? The Emperor. the Queen of Wheels or Pentacles. Wow, Queen of Swords. This is very interesting, huh? You know, there are some similarities here to Group 3's reading, and Group 3's reading was a bit heavy. This one, it's interesting. It's not as heavy, so that's a good thing. But I feel like your person right now, there's a lot of, as you can see, right, with all of this very earthy, very material energy with the Queen of Wheels, the Emperor, the Knight of Wheels. Like, to me, this is all very, very practical energy, right? This is all about, you know, somebody who is very focused on real world issues. So I feel like whatever has happened here between the two of you, it had very much to do with practical life, okay? And I'm getting this energy that one of the things that, you know, it's interesting. I'm getting a very specific energy, and see if this resonates. If it doesn't, that's okay. I feel like I'm getting a very specific energy from this Queen of Wheels and this Queen of Swords. And what I'm getting is that I feel like your person is somebody who is very grounded and practical. They're very much into what is real, what is material. You know, there's somebody who is trying their very best to establish themselves in life. Okay, they're very focused on finances, they're focused on career. I feel like I'm getting the energy that they want to buy a home, or they're planning to buy a home. This is something that's important to them. They're trying to save up for a home. They have these really good aspirations, okay? They really want to establish themselves. They want to lead a good life, and they are quite dedicated to that. But I feel like things haven't moved forward as quickly for them, right? So they're still working on it. They're working towards it, but it's like they make progress and things are going well, but it's not by leaps and bounds. Like, it's not like this, like, very bold energy. It's not like this, okay, I'm going to take a big risk to get a big reward. No, this is like, I'm making slow and steady progress towards my goals. And it may not be the fastest, but I know I'll get there in the end. So this person prides themselves on being somebody who has their ducks in a row. Okay, this person prides themselves on being the kind of person who has self-control, who has self-discipline, who has a vision for what they want, and a strategy or a plan to get there. Okay, and what they are looking for in a partner, which is so interesting, is this Queen of Pentacles energy. Now, this is an energy, so I'm not attaching any kind of a gender to it, but I feel like what this person is looking for in a partner is a matching energy. You know how sometimes they say, okay, sometimes opposites attract, but sometimes people want somebody who's similar to them, right? Sometimes they like something that complements them. Sometimes they like something that mirrors them. Sometimes they like someone that is opposite to them. This person wants to settle down with somebody who is more like them. Okay, so this is not somebody who wants opposites attract. They want somebody who shares the same goals, who shares the same vision. They appreciate somebody who is a hard worker because they work hard. So they want an equal partner who is as grounded, as down to earth as them, and who wants the same things as them. Like, who would, you know, I'm getting this energy, and this is so interesting. They're almost like, I want somebody who is willing to sacrifice now for rewards later. So for example, Spirit is telling me this person is the kind of person who they'll say, okay, well, you know, right now it's getting really expensive to eat at a fancy restaurant. So I don't want to do that because I want to buy a house, right? So I'm going to sacrifice, going to fancy places or eating fancy food or spending a lot of money on, extracurricular activities or travel or luxury items or things, right? It's almost like they're willing to cut back on their spending in order to have the bigger picture, which is the house or whatever is their bigger goal. Okay. I'm not saying they all have the goal of having a house, but they have bigger goals and they're willing to be practical and self-disciplined in order to reach that goal. Okay. So again, this is not somebody who's going to take big, bold risks. And this is somebody who doesn't mind sacrificing now to get something later. And that is what they are looking for. Okay, that is what they're looking for. And that's why I feel like there may have been some sort of an issue here where they don't see you as somebody who's quite there in that capacity. And that's fine. I mean, you don't have to conform to what they want, right? You are your own person. You have every right to be. Like, if you are more of a Queen of Swords energy, you do you. Like, that's right. That's fine. But I feel like what may have caused some sort of a conflict between the two of you arises from those expectations, right? So it's not your job to conform yourself and mold yourself into this energy, right? You may be somebody who is more in their head, right? Like, you may be somebody who is more on the thoughtful side. Like, you think about things, you ruminate about things. Like, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It's not like you're not grounded, but you may be a little bit more in your head. You may be a little bit more in like fantasies. You may like to have more of your imagination, right? You may not be as self-disciplined. I mean, Queen of Swords energy is an organized energy. It is a logical energy, but it's not necessarily the most grounded energy, right? Because it's up in the head energy. This is more about, okay, I'm very logical like the Queen of Swords, but I'm also very practical, grounded, self-disciplined, and working towards greater goals. Whereas the Queen of Swords can be logical and strategic, but may not have that same sense of self-discipline. She or he may, like spending money, right? Like they may like going to fancy restaurants, and they may say, you know what, it's okay. I can still work towards bigger goals and still treat myself. So I feel like there's something here where there was an issue around this kind of different ways of approaching life, or different mindsets, different goals, different desires for the future. And so what I find that there is a bit of a similarity to group 3 is that for some of you, and again, this is not for everybody, but I feel like your person is trying to decide between you and somebody else. Okay, so again, this is not for everybody, but I feel like there are two energies here, and I feel like it's like they love you, they care for you, they do want to be with you, but they're concerned as to whether you guys have that long-term potential, because they're concerned as to what what you want. Do you have the same goals? Do you have the same vision as them? And I'm getting that there is a second energy here that is more like what they want. Now, this Queen of Wheels energy, it doesn't have to be that it's a specific person. For some of you, I feel like it could be a specific person that your person knows and feels some sort of attraction to, because they have the impression that this person fits what they want more, but they love you. It's not that they love this person, but there's something about this person that they have some sort of a friendship or camaraderie. They feel like they get along with this person. They have like more similar personalities, but they still love you. So there's like this kind of weird, like, oh, but this person seems to have like, all that similarity to me that I like. Okay. So that's for some of you, but for others of you, I feel like this is an ideal. It's not a real person. They haven't met this person. But what's in their mind is this idea that, well, I love you, but I feel like with you, it may be too much effort because we're so different. And I can't force you to be more like me. Like if you're not this person, you're not like, you don't want to sacrifice having fun now in order to have something in the future. That's absolutely fine, right? Like that's your prerogative. That's your right to have what you want. It's your right to be in a relationship with somebody who is like-minded, somebody who may be a little bit more balanced in their view, right? Like I feel like this person can be a bit very like self-control, but you may prefer somebody, not somebody who's wild, but somebody who has a bit more balance, who'd be like, it's okay. It's okay to treat ourselves and go out and have fun. We're not going to go overboard and go crazy and like, spend all our money, but we're not going to like be so tight either that we don't enjoy what we have now in the present moment. Right? So I feel like your person, for some of you, it's like they're almost like fantasizing about like wanting this kind of person, whether that person is real or not, right? For some of you, they have somebody in their life that they feel is like this, but nothing's really happened, but it's making them think. And for others of you, it's just an image. It's like an idea, like I want somebody like this, but you're more like this. And so it takes more effort, right? It takes more effort to build a relationship with you. And I feel like that's what they're feeling right now. It's like they want things to be easier. They want your relationship to flow better. I feel like it feels like there's a lot of bumps, It feels like it takes a lot of effort. And I feel like they want this relationship to flow in an easier way. They want there to be more of this ease, okay? They want to have more in common with you. See, friendliness. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. This is the thing. They're looking for more compatibility. They're looking for more commonality between the two of you, okay? They're not feeling quite that there is that high level of compatibility. So it's not that it's your fault. It's not that it's their fault. But I feel like they want deeper compatibility with you. They want deeper commonality. They feel like they want more common ground with you. So it doesn't feel like it's such an effort. So the relationship feels like it's naturally flowing. So it feels like you're having this beautiful, shining beginning of something great, and that you're building something along the way together that you both want. Okay? So this is a very interesting reading. I feel like there's a conversation to be had here, I think, between the two of you as to, do you agree? Are you okay with their vision? Like, do you have enough compatibility here so that you both feel good? You both feel heard, you both feel that you're satisfied in this relationship, that it's not just what they want, but it's also what you want and what you both envision together. Okay, so I feel like if there's been a separation here, it may be because of this sense of like not wanting to hurt each other's feelings, or if there's an awkwardness here, it's a sense of like, well, I don't want to. See, this one just fell out. I can take it, but I can take more too. But I feel like it's like there's this sense of, there you have it. See, there's this sense of, am I too embarrassed to say that, hey, I want somebody more like this? Like, it's almost like they don't want to hurt your feelings. You don't want to hurt theirs. People are kind of tiptoeing around each other. Maybe we're too different. That's why we disagree and feel distant from each other. See, this is what I'm saying. And see, there is a balance here that needs to come back into this connection. There's something out of balance here, and I feel like it's expectations that are out of balance. It's about compatibility being out of balance. So your person right now, it's like they love you, they want to be with you, they want to make it work with you, but they're questioning underneath, deep down inside, are you similar enough? Are you compatible enough? Do you mirror each other in your strongest values? Like, do you have similar values to lay the foundation to build a very strong relationship that endures into the future? This is what they're questioning at this time. I keep getting signs that remind me of you. I can't ignore them. I need to reach out to you. Okay, so if there's been some sort of a separation here because of these differences, they still love you. They still want to be with you. They still want to talk to you. I feel like they're just, you know, there's a sense of being embarrassed, a sense of not wanting to criticize you, or not wanting to criticize them, right? Because you may have this differences in vision, differences in what you want. But I feel like the time is coming now for you to have the conversation and be more open about it. So let's give you some general timing on when this could happen. In the summer. Okay, so here in the United States, it is summer at this time. So, but I don't know where you are when it is summer. So I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, it's time to start dealing with this. It's time to start having this conversation, even if you feel like, you know, you feel awkward or uncomfortable, or you're not sure if you should. It's time to do this because you guys really do want to have strong compatibility so that you can build that foundation and have a beautiful relationship. So let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to order any of the oracle decks I've created for you, or if you'd like to order the Blessed Twin Flame necklace, or have a private reading with me, all of the links are in the box below. If you have been a long time viewer and have not subscribed yet, or if you're just new to this channel, please do subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Please help me and support me in building this community. It means the world. So also please do give this video a like. That also helps our channel. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you all on the next one.